Hello, welcome to attempt number 3 recording this. So, this is going to be my first video on my channel, hopefully, and it is going to be Equestria at War, Pax Cresselia 1.7.4. I got this idea because, well, I haven't seen anyone do the Protectorate of Manhattan yet, Manehatten, so I decided to go ahead and start doing that. Now, I already prepared a save game. It was originally going to be the Equestrian Liberation Front, but I cannot figure out how to do that, so we're just going to go with this. As you can see, I actually went out and conquered everything. I did not use council commands. You know, take that for what you will. So here we are. We have the Manehatten Protectorate. I'm going to go through, read all the flavor and stuff, because this is what I was into. This is what I want to know. So, these are wing parties, actually, because wing party in my game declared on Maryland and then got over here, and as you can see, Griffonia is having some fun over there. Alright, so first order of business, let's start with the focus. So the only thing we can go off right off the bat is 84 Crystal Avenue, which will take 7 days, and we get an event from that, so that'll be fun. Alright, now as for research, again, we already started with research, so I've already got most of my stuff up here. We got modern weaponry, a few... this stuff is ahead of time when I researched it. Yep, as you can see for supported company. Armor, I did not go down armor much, I went down superior firepower changelings, but looks like we're starting over. Okay, I was not expecting that. I'm assuming same for... Nope, we still have our air doctrine up. I don't know if this is a bug or anything, but we still have our air doctrine at least, so that's good. Planes, yeah, we got all the planes. Never ended up actually finishing the jet fighter, so we might start on that. Alright, we still have our industry, so we're all good. We're all good in terms of research. So, changeling tech. I'm gonna finish up where I was leaving off with some of this. Now, the fact that we have -8 research penalties, and we have up to here, that just shows you there's some modifier that we're going to need to fix, and we're going to figure that out here in a sec. So, what do we want? I feel like we want Marines, because I don't know. I don't know exactly what we're going to need. I know our goal is to hold down the fort, and stop the Liberation Front, so we're going to attempt to do that. Probably also rocket artillery. Why? Because rocket artillery is rocket artillery. Now, free mills. Okay, so we have got 31 military factories. 30... Alright, so we're going to definitely need rifles. Let's start. Okay, good. Glad they're giving us this. We're going to probably just chuck... you know what? I'm going to say we chuck 20 on there. Why? Because I want rifles off of that. Now, I don't know if these are the same divisions that I was using in the early game, so I'm actually going to check that real quick. No, these are not. I'm going to check templates real quick. Okay, so I do have all the templates I used. Plus a Panzer Grenadier, that's new. That's also new. That's just a waste of space. Here's what I was using for my motorized, 7.2 with motorized, and then here's the Panzer Grenadier division I was using. Alright. So we still have, like, the 7.2s and stuff, so... I don't know what I'm going to do. Those are better for combat, but I think these might be better for suppression. And I feel like that's going to be important, although I cannot be sure. Alright. So we do not have enough steel. That is bad. So we should probably not get something too much steel intensive, but I mean, hey. There's 2 bullets, probably. None, what do you got? None. Lack of resources. Okay. Okay, we're hemorrhaging production here. We're just gonna check another couple thing on to... Another one here. Alright. You know what? We can get away with doing that. Dockyards. Probably just gonna make convoys, let's be honest here. Alright, low pony power. That's a thing. Alright. I think we are ready to start, so we are going to start. Oh, here we are, okay. The Changeling Protectorate of Manehatten in the year 1017. Many titles have been bestowed upon the great megalopolis of Manehatten. Throughout the centuries, the three boroughs, the Big Apple, the Empire City, and Capitite Mundi, the capital of the world. Prior to the Great War, Manhattan and its satellites, Hayston and Bronklin, have constituted more than a quarter of Equestria's industrial capacity, a hub for trade and commerce, steeped deep in a history of powerful and sophisticated enough to rival Canterlot in its technology, culture, and political influence. There is no doubt that the city that never sleeps will become the crown jewel of the equestrian realm. Today, Equestria lies beneath the changeling jackboot as victorious armies of Queen Chrysalis goose-step through the war-torn cities of Equestria, harbingers of the impotent Pax Chrysalia. The hegemony reigns supreme on one continent as their protectorates rise from the ashes. The Lady Protectress watches over her demesnes with the hawk's eye. Manhattan was brought low by the war, but under the guidance of the Protectress, there is no doubt that the city will soon reclaim what has been lost and rise again, remade into a glittering metropolis of the hegemony. Ponies of the equestrian East Coast, though, have their own desires, encompassing not only Philadelphia and Albion, but also the strength inland territory, reaching hollow shades to the west, bordering, I'm not going to try to pronounce that, in the north. The garrison is woefully understrength and tasked for the task of pacifying the entirety of the East Coast. All over the Protectorate, the Harmonic Resistance plots to overthrow the changeling occupiers, to restore ideals of freedom and liberty from the ponies of Bush. Starlight Glimmer and Trixie Lulumoon, both former comrades of Princess Twilight Sparkle and powerful unicorns in their own right, stand at the forefront of this growing tide of unrest. Charismatic, cunning, and fearlessly capable, the invisible hoofprint of this revolutionary duo can be found imposed on the myriad of cries already beleaguering the changeling administration. Beset on all sides by a conquered people bent on vengeance, the Protectress Lilac will have to use all her wits in the coming years of her nascent reign to help to weather the aftershocks of Equestria's demise. Alright. Region, Southern Equus, mechanics, all that. Alright. So, we are in an unstable position. That is to be expected, as we just started out. We already got the focus home stuff set up, so we're just gonna. So let's go speed 4. Now, I don't know how the resistance is gonna work, but okay, so we got some seasoned units here, so that's good. Alright. You know what? I'm just gonna speed 5 it. Alright, national focus. The Manhattan nucleus. The time has come to begin entrenching our control over the Protectorate. You know, we'll have it all. Alright. And we have much to do. A first step is to acquire a base of operations that can support the undertaking of control over the great city of Manhattan. To that end, we have enlisted 84 Crystal Avenue to serve as our nexus. Built during the economic boom, during the recent era of prosperity in Equestria, before our great war conquest, it will serve us well in times to come. Once a proud symbol of equestrian achievement, the tower now bustles with busy changelings. Order lines carry stacks of paper past board guards, their guns firmly in their grasp. Dignitaries visiting from Vesopolis and engineers from Vrax on tours past pony workers with downcast eyes and careful steps. Equestria is over. The Protectorate of Manhattan is now. The city's ruling protectress is Lilac, newly minted from the Hive military academies. While universally acknowledged as intelligent and capable, she is extremely displeased with her assignment, and anyone who has seen her knows it. A small party of well-dressed ponies arrived, asking for an audience with the new protectress, and she is about to pass them off to an orderly when they offer something naive yet interesting. Leading citizens, business ponies, and former civil servants have banded together to offer her their services to the new regime. Her advisors scoff at the idea of pony collaborators, but Lilac threatens them with a touch less derision, wondering if they might not be useful in the short term. There is but one issue, and it of course is the ponies. The few allies we have made since our occupation began are all clamoring to work in this building, and some are even asking to live here. Some in Lilac's staff are clamoring for the administration of the Protectorate to be a solely changeling venture. Of course, everything in the building will be highly classified, and so it would be a severe risk allowing them to live there, but it could allow us to make nice with a few locals. Who do the Equinoids think is? So, complete one phase of the current stage of changeling consolidation. Is there a place where I can see that, actually? I would like to see what that means. Garrison systems, public health. I feel like that's going to help with public hostility. Okay, here it is. Alright. So, we can expand the collaborationists, right? What does this do? Oh, okay, so that'll help us with this, right? But if we strengthen the regime, we get the garrison, we just lower the garrison effect. Okay, so we can either help the garrison here, or help with public support. Now, I think we are going to do collaborationist here. Next, focus. Alright, so we can confer with the collaborators, assert our dominance, or smash the resistance. We can build bridges, get some construction stuff. Now, what I really like is how we go down onto here. Alright, I like this focus tree. It looks really interesting. So let's see. I think we're going to start with our dominant. Let's see here. HD is 20 days. Yep. This is our. Okay. Wait. One thing. Changeling consolidation. Yeah, we're gonna go start our dominance. Okay. Okay, let's see what else we can do here. I don't know if we should probably negotiate for that, because wait, what are we building? We have 0. Wow, we have 0. Okay, wow, the civilian economy is really screwing us up right now, because we need to fix that. Of course, we're gonna put the civs up first. Alright. Also, we have this guy, which is really nice, you know? Or sort of really nice. I don't know. They gave us a free advisor, and this guy gives us non-core manpower, but also lowers our autonomy, which I think is a really gives it a extra flavor. All right, sack of Skyfall. We all know this. Skyfall capitulated. That's fine. All right. Assert our dominance. The Protectress is blacklist. The authority of the Protectorate is challenged at every turn, so we must endeavor to change that. Using tried and true tactics, we believe that the best way to do that is to ensure no one is left alive. Okay, the music is really loud. I'm just gonna. There we go. All right. Using tried and true tactics, we believe the best way to do that is to ensure no one is left alive who would challenge us. Changeling intelligence is to compile a blacklist of all known and suspected dissidents residing in the Protectorate for surveillance, detainment, or elimination. Now, it is past midnight, and the lights on the top floor of the Crystallar Tower are on. Lilac's aides chitter and murmur over half-eaten food and piles of paper, throwing names at each other and making snap decisions. Sapphire Starlight, irrelevant. Haberdasher Silver, too marginal. Seraph Scales, alright, put her on the stack. Lilac deciding to do more than rule from a distance, puts her staff to work compiling a list of the city's top minds: the artists, the poets, the analysts, the scholars and the socialites, the rigorous rich, the veterans, even the pop stars are sorted into piles. Some are useless and not worth the energy. Some are too dangerous and need to be marginalized, shamed, or intimidated. Arranged before these busy drones lies a constellation of ponies the regime finds potentially useful. Ponies to be courted for their influence and offered deals and jobs to secure their grudging loyalty. Complete one phase of resistance suppression. Alright. Now we can get a new advisor. Okay, so we've got Tyrion, a war industrialist, a captain of industry. Probably gonna go for this guy. Ooh. I do like the encryption and decryption, actually. Sorry, pioneer. Hey, free civs, or free staff, right? Well, we need him as a general. Okay, and then you, I'm sorry, but you're gonna be kind of useless. Alright, theorists-wise. The standard mills, we also have a blitzkrieg theorist. Yeah, I think we might honestly go down blitzkrieg theorist. I think we might use tanks this game, because... alright, so all of these are new, I think. So, alright. Well, that's nice. Let's get a new focus on the way. So, we can. I think what we want to do is smash the resistance. Right. Yeah, I think we want to smash the resistance, right? Just try to get rid of as much resistance as possible, because I don't think our army is equivalent or is capable of ending this yet, right? Just gonna okay, yeah, Grifonia's Grifonian Empire's not small anymore. Alright. So I think we're honestly just gonna have it. Yeah, sure, why not? We're just gonna say garrison a couple of areas, you know. Just have someone everywhere for when the rebellion breaks out, because I don't know what's gonna happen with this whole rebellion thing, so I don't know. I feel like just spreading them out, just that way we have someone there to hold it while we send other people to go deal with it, is a good idea. That's a changeling area, I'm pretty sure. Yep, alright. Alright, right away parade. Changing administration has organized the parade as much of the show of force as a morale booster for the garrison's personnel. Changelings march in row on row down the world-famous Manehatten Bridleway. Their impeccable lockstep, a reminder of just how fragmentary and defeated the ponies are. It is an impressive sight to be sure, and your average pony is impressed, but there are a few weaknesses obvious to any more experienced observers. The garrison is lighter equipped than it should be. Supply lines are overburdened with the task of establishing control over such a vast prize as Equestria. The fearsome changeling panzers are scarce, and soldiers are not brightly polished grenadiers of years past. Still, for all of that, the parade itself had the desired effect. The ponies of Manehatten now know who their new masters are. For our victory resonating for 1,000 years. That's great. That's funny. That's a... Oh wait, what are we doing? Okay. Alright, I don't know how long we're gonna make this. I'm gonna think about it. 30 minutes, 25 minutes. Alright. Lilac's visit to the Manehatten Polytechnic. As quoted from Queen Chrysalis herself, the smart ones are always the first to cause trouble, and so Protectress Lilac planned to end that problem before it can even begin. Late last night, squads of changeling Jaegers from across the Protectorate gathered on street corners and alleyways in the middle of downtown Manehatten. Normally, such an important operation would be touted or hinted at by propagandists in order to drive up fear and anxiety from as a form of psychological warfare. This operation, however, would be all dark. The Manehatten Polytechnic Institute was a focal point for engineering, the sciences, and higher education in general in the city, but its main campus building, open to the public, served little academic use, and the historic structures was instead rumored to be a hotbed of resistance activity. This would be ended fast. Under the cover of darkness, the Jaegers approached on all sides and placed barrels of kerosene oil along the outside of the building. Then, Lilac herself, an engineer by training, short-circuited the electrical system and set it all alight. The fire department arrived, but it was too late. The symbol of learning under celestial rule was gone, reduced to ashes. In all honesty, Lilac didn't really have that much concrete advice or evidence that the campus building was indeed a hotbed for resistance activity, but she had faith in her rumors, and at any rate, it was better than safe than sorry. What else did Chrysalis say? Ah, yes, I am inevitable. Alright, so, do we want to confer with the collaborationists? I think... Alright, do we have one that gives us a civ? Because I feel like we would want a civilian. A civ factory just to actually start doing this. Or maybe going down resistant. Okay, we will probably just want to like speed this up ASAP. Right. Okay. Alright, yeah, we're just gonna go down. Yeah, I'm thinking too hard about this. We're just confirm the collaborationists. Alright, keep going now. I don't know what we're gonna have to use for political power, because we only have Manehatten saving affairs, so I think just to help out a bit, I'm gonna chuck a Blitzkrieg Führerstan. No, can't do that, sorry, I'll chuck the... Nope, can't chuck any of these guys on, and I don't want any warfare, because I should... Yeah, I have the same fighters and stuff, so... Except, no, not the... Nope, they're not the variants, okay. Well, that's sad, I spent a lot on these variants. Alright. Now, I'd wonder if I trade for steel. I can't physically trade, okay. Be our guest. Lilac smiled into a mirror, shape-shifting slightly as whim struck her. She needed to look perfect. More than that, she needed to look the part. It was showtime! The highest echelons of Manehatten society dine in the high suits of the Crystallar Tower under the watchful eyes of the Protectress and her soldiers. Lilac, the Protectress herself, strolls here and there, chatting like any Manehatten socialite host. She flatters and teases, confusing and honestly frightening the crowd of the cowed rich ponies. But all agreed afterwards that she is nothing if not a stellar hostess, and beautiful no matter what her form. As a parlor trick, notably, Lilac shifts many times throughout the night. She mirrors baffled magnates and delights patronized artists with her impressions. Some are so impressed that they almost forget the armed guards. In the end, the city's higher class think of Lilac as a pony and no longer as a faceless bureaucrat. Alright. Dinner at the Crystallar building. Hey, collaborationist expansion. Alright. I don't know if we're at 420. So I don't know if it's a good idea to if it's a good idea to go hard down one route or all of them. So that's why I'm kind of doing it a little evenly. And I mean, hey, if this doesn't work out, I'm just gonna reboot the save, okay? Before this. And probably also gonna do that if I need to do something to go down and, you know, bring up bring up the Resistance, because I'm not gonna lie, I really want to play the Resistance, because that seems really interesting. Alright, so we're gonna go for the Eastern Garrison real quick. Alright, and as for this, can we get off Civ? We can go to partial MOB, which does reduce consumer goods, so I think we kind of have to. Are we losing political power? No. Just getting it really slowly. So now that we're on partial MOB, we should hopefully be building something. And that happened. Okay, so I'm just gonna go on over. Yeah, looks good. You know, if I could, I might even send a... Well, I mean, Changeling is not going to, but, I mean, to be completely and utterly honest, when I was playing the Changeling, I was intervening in literally every possible war, just getting that army XP. And I mean, hey, we're not really that far behind, right? I mean, we got a surplus of guns, so I guess we can at least let them lose some. Alright. National Force. Inspecting the garrison. In light of her difficulties, Lilac has called for aid from the Empire while working to strengthen her control over Manehatten. The collaborators must be organized, the military districts rationalized, the chain of command straightened out and strengthened. But more than any of that, Lilac has a lackluster garrison to handle. The Manehatten garrison isn't the dregs, but they are under strength and without much armor. The biggest problem for now is numbers. For all of their superior firepower and training, the Changeling garrison just does not have the numbers to hold back the true insurrection with an organized corps. The Ostkommando has suggested lowering their training standards temporarily to raise a large force of capable of watching everyone and everything. Alternatively, a selection of Lilac's officers put forth a proposal to double down on the Changeling strengths, focusing on hitting hard and fast with elite and highly mobile forces. A large army of half-trained fools might be able to sit and watch everything, but feeding and paying them will drain our resources. Better to have a smaller force that can respond quickly and effectively at a moment's notice. So we can get the Minutemen or... Alright, we can't be picky. Get free stuff. We can be picky. We get even more free. We get less free stuff. We get army XP though, which I might really use. A lot less guns. This gives artillery and this gives motorized. And I mean, right now we're good on both. Well, actually no, we're not good on artillery, but that'll be taken care of here in a sec. Yeah, I'm gonna go with maintain some standards. Also, before I forget, here we're going to lower the guns down by 1 and just start producing some artillery. Alright, and actually, lower this down. How far would we have to go to get this actually? Whatever. We're gonna go with that. I am going to start fighting. Well, if I do decide to intervene in some wars and such, I would like being able to have fighters to help with that, and also they're really good for plum leasing, I think. Alright, so national focus. Do we have... Alright, 5 more focuses. Because I just want to have something being worked on. Alright. So this, we'll get 2 urban Jaegers. That'll be good. And we get a Jaeger bonus. Alternatively, we have new training regiment. Alright. I mean, we can do both. Alright. Building bridges. Why not? Just get all the top ones first, you know? Theorist-wise, still nothing. Armor-wise, what do we want? Could go for mobile. Alright, oil's going up, so I'm going to just train some... Oh, good, this is a really good one. Alright, really good. Alright, so I'm going to just set this up to a 100 fighter wing, that's what I do normally. Have it train. Okay, good. Why? A little bit of air XP, ain't bad. Okay, it's basically nothing, but still. And also having a nicely trained fighter corps ain't bad. Alright. Okay, we are approaching 30 minutes. So, I think after this event, we're going to call it for episode 1. I'd like to thank everyone for coming on out here. Sorry if, my voice is a little, I know I've stuttered a little bit, but, gotta understand, I'm new to this, and I'm going to just try my best. Alright, in order for the Protectorate government to have any legitimacy with people, we must try to make amends with them in one way or another. Protectress Lilac may not be thrilled to rot away behind a desk in Manehatten, but she is also not an idiot. If she doesn't shape the city and the surrounding towns into shape, this house of cards will come falling down on her head, and specifically soul rebuilding it is. So rebuilding it is. I don't know why I saw soul there. One proposal is that rebuilding of the famous Brooklyn Bridge in Manehatten that took a severe beating when this victorious changeling army occupied the city. On the issue of two competing factions vie for supremacy, our more ardent militarists call for the demolition of what remains of the old bridge in favor of a wholly new edifice built in the changeling architectural tradition and as an ode to our victory. The moderate, and perhaps more sensible faction, wishes to limit construction work to conservative restoration to the bridge to its original pre-war appearance. Lilac needs to give the ponies of Manehatten fewer reasons to fight back. Inviting the collaborators into government has helped with this, as have curbing some of the behavior of her officers. But rebuilding the famous Brooklyn Bridge is sure to make even the most resentful little Equinoids pause in considering rebellion. The bridge will also signal a return to business as usual, with access to the city restored to the outside world. We can only hope that with the rebuilding, that this great metropolis on the frontiers of the hegemony will be peaceful soon. Alright, we get changeling consolidation or resistance suppression. Alright, we're gonna go resistance suppression. So. Oh wait, I should check. Do we have a general? We do. We have Lilac as a general. Okay. Commando officer. Leader experience gain. Promotion cut. Okay. That's not bad. Skilled staffer and engineer. Wow. You know what? Lilac is actually a pretty freaking good general. Commando officer is a really great trait. Why? You could stack urban assaulter on that, and next thing you know, you've got someone who cannot physically be beaten in the city. Also, new commander. Why? Alright, she can get 90 on garrison. That's pretty sick. Alright. So that is going to be the end of this episode. I hope to see you all later. Yeah. Bye.